Well, hello and welcome people to the internet, back to some more Heroes and Redemption, starting off exactly where we left off last time. We're jumping in with the Warlock. We've got one more level to complete here. We got the Dorgalor's Trials, with a character that I completely forgot that we haven't unlocked yet. So, as far as I know, there are no... Well, actually, we could probably read this, but there are no altars here at all. It is just tough enemies. And if the last episode told us anything, it is that we are quite powerful. This is going to be interesting, though, starting with the... Whoa, hold up. You already do that many attacks? Okay, yeah, this is going to be interesting. So I need to get a direct damage spell here, because the lightning, while very strong... We're going to get Lightning of Sodnir as well. While very strong, does not necessarily target enemies that are near us. So I got to get some spells to kind of clear our way. Here we go. We'll drop this cooldown significantly. That's a lot of damage. Sacred Ritual did okay. Do I want it, though? Just keep going for Titan's Lightning. And then... You know what? Let's try Aqua Blast again. It's been a little while. Actually, did I even... I don't think we've tried that one yet. And we'll take Poisonous Mist too, because we haven't tried that either. I think the Aqua Blast I tried at one point. You know what? We're going to try and play in hard mode. We're not going to play with Sacred Aura. Sacred Aura was way too good last time. It just made it like... It turned it into easy mode. I think I tried the Aqua Blast before, but it was on a run that I didn't... It was during my time when I was playing with the Priest in the sewers, and I was like, there's no way that I'm putting this video out because it's god-awful. And then I went in with the Rogue and just one-shot it. Let's go for... Actually, probably none of these. We're going to banish this. I still don't understand Tome of Regret. Don't understand why it's there. I guess it must be just to spawn more enemies. So that way you get more rewards, but I don't know. Do we want Binding Roots? I guess so. I guess technically AoE is probably good with this character, considering that he has a chance to just instantly kill enemies. So if we do AoE and hit more enemies, there's a better chance that we instantly kill them. Okay, let's grab some Crit Strike. So is this really just a... Oh, this is really just a small map. Okay. Yeah, so let's take the skill size to get bigger area of effect. And I don't want this one ever. I also don't care about gold. We will take the HP regen, though. We will take that to play it a little bit safe. We do like the regen. It'll also go Hydroblast. Or Aqua Blast, or whatever it was called. Because again, this has a super fast attack interval, which also means that there's a higher chance that it kills enemies. Let's grab Slimy. We're just gonna go all AoE, I guess, except for Sacred Aura, because it's too good. Because it is just too good. And then I guess for passives, maybe we take up the insta-kill as well. Just increase that chance. We already have 3%, so we might as well get another, whatever it is, like 5%. Chain Lightning seems like it would be another good one. It's not area-based, but it hits a lot of enemies. Wave 1. So do I just have to kill every enemy from Wave 1 to spawn Wave 2? Oh. Yeah, it looks like it. Gold, 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 gold. while gold is nice and all, I mean, I want crystals. Right now, there's really no good way to farm crystals in the game. I know that there were some people who were telling me before in one of my previous videos on this game that the way to farm crystals is just to get gold and convert them. Like, I totally understand that, but the conversion ratio is just like, it's pretty small. It's so in the if you missed the last video, I ended up farming crystals on endless mode for 10.5 hours. I literally set it up so that it would just continue to go while I was sleeping. Just left my computer on and let it play. And surprisingly didn't die. I did expect myself to die because the first time I farmed, which I only farmed like, I think it was 1 million gold, I ended up dying. I woke up, or actually I think I just left it on. It was like 2 hours later or something. My character was just dead. Yeah, let's go for more defense. Defense and health and regen will make us unkillable. And so, yeah, leaving it on for 10.5 hours, I got 12 million gold. And that 12 million gold turned into, well, I guess it turned into 1,200 crystals. And I don't know. It's just not a lot of crystals. I mean, it don't get me wrong. It is. I bought all the gear. I could have bought in a couple rings, but the rings are kind of expensive. I could have bought some empowerments, and I didn't, which I probably should have bought one before this. But again, I'm saving up to get the one ring because I want to check that out. But yeah, it just doesn't feel like there's a great way to farm crystals efficiently. But I mean, it's tough because once you do like if you set it up to play like one night of farming, you're kind of set. You kind of have everything that you need. I don't think that there's like a tier 4 of runes. I think it only goes up to tier 3. We almost have all the characters are super cheap, so you can get those really easy. I just think that it's one of those things that... how do I explain it? It's like, I don't think that farming shouldn't... I don't think farming should necessarily be a thing that you just kind of AFK. I think that kind of takes away from the game. Because, I mean, like... I don't know. It's one of the game that I think that does grinding the best. One of the best. I'll say one of the best, because saying best is, you know, very extreme to just, to be like monolithic here. But I think Death Must Die does it correct. Death Must Die is great, because you obviously have to actively play to, one, beat bosses, so you get the, I forget what it's called, it's been a long time since I've played. But you get the shards or stars, which you can then use for your character skill tree. You get new gear, and, you know, as you defeat more monsters, you're going to get new gear, which is going to also power you up. Oh, hey, I got a new skill, Aqua Stream. Cool. And then, is there anything else they get to grind? I mean, you get gold, right? And gold, right? Gold you can spend in the shop to get gear. So there's a couple different ways that you can go about getting gear. But you do have to actively play. You can't just like... I don't know. Can you just... Well, I guess there's no endless mode. Right? That's the difference. So you do have to actively play. Man, Death Must Die is one of those ones that I've tried so many times to actually play on this channel, and I don't know what it is from stopping me. It's one of those games that I want to do, like, fully in depth, but like, I feel like I'm so far behind, because everyone else has been, you know, people who have played it have already played for, you know, like 100 hours, unlocked a bunch of stuff, and are already at, like, end game builds. So I don't know. Maybe it's like a. I keep saying all these different games are like stream games instead of just like regular video upload games, because I just haven't been able to figure out how I want to do it. I've recorded it. I've recorded the first couple episodes several times. Like, I've deleted my save a couple times to start over, because I thought it might be interesting to do like a full run through. But then, as I record, I'm like, nah, this is kind of boring because everybody has already like experienced the beginning of this game for the most part. People just want to see end game builds. So then I'm like, well, then is it just beneficial for me to just grind up off camera, get to a point where, you know, I'm playing with end game builds? Like, I'm not sure the best way to do that. And at this point, I'm just kind of like, you know, just telling you my thoughts from behind the scene. You know, there's a lot of stuff that goes into creating videos. It's not just... It's one thing to have a bunch of one-offs, right? Where a lot of times, you know, I'll just spend time going through, like, the new titles on Steam. Whether they be new demos, new early access, new releases, anything. Just kind of taking a look and seeing what's come out, and then just being like, okay, we'll do, you know, one video on this. But there are certain... There we go. I was going to say, can I get out of here? But then there are certain videos that lend themselves better to be more of a mini-series. But the question is, like, have I already missed the boat on it, you know? But my first run that I did, which I think I might have actually, if I remember correctly, I might have actually saved the save I thought I deleted. Because what I didn't realize I did was I reset my Death Must Die save, but then I don't think I had it updated from the cloud. So I think I have to double check, but I think I might have re-downloaded my like 17-hour save. But anyway, that's just kind of some of the behind the scenes stuff that, you know, we think about when we're making gaming videos. I think the armor I put on is just too absurd. I mean, like, it added on a bunch of health, it added on a bunch of armor, and now I'm just, like, mindlessly walking through these areas and just, like, not dying. Like, I'm just clicking buttons, farting pink, and things are just dying around me. I'm not taking any damage. See, I think the funny thing about this is, well, now I don't even know where to go because I'm stuck in the pink fart. I think that, like, the interesting thing about this is that this was described as being the area you could go to grind resources. I totally disagree. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we are getting a lot of gold, but you're so much better suited to just jump into endless mode. Even if you can't go for, like, right, because I'm you know, not under any impression that you could just start out from ground zero and go for 10 hours. You know, but once you get a little bit of gear, you can definitely stick around for a long time. I think the big thing was having the, okay, what are we waiting for? The big thing was having the aura, having the empowerment there for lifesteal. That was massive. I think that was like the only reason that I was actually able to survive. Okay, what am I waiting for? Do I just have to get all the chests? Or is there like one more enemy that I just haven't seen? Is he stuck somewhere? because endless mode is just a way better way to grind this, because you can just AFK it. Okay, what? Yeah, so it's got to be chests then. No? Okay, what am I waiting for? Do I just have to pick everything up? Was there? No, there's no crystals up there. I'm not sure what I'm waiting on. If it is collect everything, that's super annoying. It's like just pull everything into me. Okay then. Am I supposed to just leave? Like, did I... Oh, no. There's still stuff down here that could possibly be. Well, so I think I have come to the conclusion... The conclusion? The game is broke. So I went through... I played an entire new round to see if I could jump in after the fact. Or... jumping after the fact. Basically, I wanted to see if there was a trigger. Maybe I missed it. Maybe the game was bugged, and the game is probably bugged. Basically, the previous 3 floors, it's kind of automatically pulled me into the treasure room. However, I think that whatever the trigger is that is supposed to be set up to bring me to that room, I think is broken. And so even when I defeat all the enemies, collect all the stuff, it's just not pulling me in. So unfortunately, I don't think that we can actually complete the bonus level, which is kind of unfortunate because that means that there's one character that I just can't collect. And you know what? I'm actually curious. You know what? Let's actually, of course the game is going to pause right here because I can't click outside of the game without it actually playing. So if we take a look at the achievement, let me see here. So if we take a look at the achievements, has anybody actually collected that character? Because that could be a way for us to see. Unlock the principles, no. Unlock the thorny, no. Unlock, purchase the ranger. Yeah, nobody has purchased the ranger. Oh, wait, global achievements on my achievements. Okay, so let's keep going down. So let's go ahead and find ranger, which of course there is no find on Steam. So where is this one here? Looking through the global achievements. Tomb Raider, no. Woodland, yeah, no. 8 people, or 8% of people have done it. So it's not that it's 100% broken. However, it could very well be that it was done in a previous version of the build, and considering only 8% of people have actually done it, I wonder if that's why. It's just it's something that was done maybe in an older version of the game, and something's broke here because I don't know how to proceed. I've tried a different keyboard to see if maybe it's my space button, because clearly my keyboard works, right? I can move around. There's nothing here that works. I went through, collected all the chests the first time around. That didn't work. And it would be odd for there to be some kind of trigger, right? Because every other floor here, I've just had to complete killing everybody, and then it sucks me into a room, but it's not doing that. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to resign this one. I don't think that there is a way to complete the bonus level, which kind of sucks because it's one character that we can't try. But as far as that goes, I have a feeling that's going to be the end of our run here with Heroes and Redemption. We've kind of seen all the game has to offer, right? We've gone through every level. We've collected everything except for the Ranger here. We've completed, obviously there's other difficulties, but I don't think they're going to give us anything. I think it's just higher difficulties for higher difficulties' sake. So that being said, let's go ahead and I'm going to do a quick kind of wrap up on this game as a whole, because it's not too often that we play a game this much on the channel and done like a full mini-series through everything. So as far as the game goes, I think there are some decent concepts here. You know, having the altars to have like a secondary task is something that's kind of interesting. Having, you know, the final boss, some of them are cool, a couple of them. So like the bosses from the Winterland and the mine. Is it the mine? It's the first area. So the bosses from the cave and the Winterland were the exact same. To me, it's a little weird that your bonus level is kind of just stacked kind of in the middle here. I understand it because you only go to these areas. But yeah, I don't know. We actually didn't even go... Well, yeah, we didn't go to the Winterland because we couldn't progress that far. That was kind of unfortunate. The economy in this game is a little bit broken. And based on the comments I read in some of the discussion pages of this game, it seems like the dev is okay with that being the case, where the way to kind of get stronger is through getting gold, and the best way to get gold is through endless, and it seems like they're kind of okay with that. I don't necessarily see anything inherently wrong with it. I just think that you should want players, in order to get stronger, to actually play your game, not just leave it on in the background. That, to me, is a little not great. The fact that, like, you know, basically, if you want to beat the higher levels, right, you have to gear up. And in order to gear up and buy the runes, I mean, sure, you could just do all of these other levels on regular mode, get crystals and get gold, but it's going to be way slower, and it's going to be the same thing every time, and there's no chance of you getting, you know, like, again, I brought up Death Must Die earlier on in this video, right? And it's not that these two are similar. I think there's just a lot in Death Must Die that Death Must Die does right. And one of those things is there is reason to continually do the same level, and that is to farm better gear. The gear is always going to be a randomized drop that you don't know when or where your next best piece is going to show up. So it's not in your best interest to continue doing those levels, where in this, I mean, you complete a level and you're kind of done with it, right? There's no reason for me to come back here and do difficulty 1 of caves. There's zero reason. There's other difficulties, sure, and I can do those for achievements, but they're not really progressing anything. They're just getting me more gold and crystals, I assume, which I can already get through endless. So the progression of the game is basically just an AFK simulator, which is kind of sad, you know. Other than that, I think the characters, like we mentioned a couple videos ago, I do think need a little bit more dimension to them to make them a little bit more unique. If I had to wager a guess, that might be that might be coming, simply because I think it was the last video that I recorded on this, I had mentioned that one of the ways that, like, you could make the priestess a little bit more unique is make her the AoE character. So rather than having like pickup range, which doesn't really matter, a revive which you can get through a ring. I mean, the revive is fine. Like the regen, you kind of already have that baked in to the paladin, but like she's so squishy that HP regen might not matter. Like, why not make her be the AoE character, right? Because she already starts with an AoE ability, and then her having a bigger skill size multiplier means that you're more likely to take skills that are AoE based with her. Right now, the way that the stats are laid out on the characters, there's no real reason why you would take certain skills over another. For example, like with the rogue here, you're kind of more incentivized to take strong hitting single target abilities, right? Because you have the crit strike up and the crit damage up. Kind of. I mean, this kind of is just like something that just kind of works with everything. Like, you have a multiplier, or you have a stat here for projectile amount, but nobody has a stat on that. So it's like, maybe you give that to the mage, right? She starts with a flying seal, which is a projectile, so it automatically makes you want to take more projectile-based attacks with this character. You know, for example, you have the necromancer here, right? The necromancer just has cooldown reduction and duration and speed up, so that way this spins faster and lasts longer. But I think it would be way cooler for the warlock. Maybe the warlock has that ability, and the Warlock loses this instant kill chance, and instead you put it on the Necromancer, bring it up to like 10, 15%, and then drop their health like crazy to like 40, right? Something to just give the characters a little bit more identity. Right now, they have interesting character designs, but in terms of build variation, there's not a lot there. I still don't know what this well is supposed to do. Maybe it's just there just for fun, but that doesn't change gameplay at all. I just don't understand the well. And then in terms of crystal is a big bottleneck. In order to get gear, a lot of this like expensive gear right here, like this piece was like 180 crystals or something like that, which is what, 1.8 million gold. And that's a lot of gold. Again, it kind of incentivizes you to just go AFK, just set up your character in an endless mode and just continually farm gold, which isn't all that fun. So yeah, and this is a big ball. In endless mode, you cannot get crystals. The only way to get crystals, I think, is completing altars, and there's no altars in endless. So the only real way to grind crystals, unless you're doing the same levels over and over again, which is stupid because it's not even close to cost the time efficient, is just to do endless to get the coins. But again, the dev seems that like they're okay with that, so farm away. As far as everything else goes, you know, for a $3 game, and we got probably, I don't know, 10. It's hard to tell how much actual like gameplay I had, right? Because my timer is completely messed up. It's got probably, you know, 15, 18 extra hours on it that were just AFK farming. But for a $3 game, probably got 10 or 12 hours out of it, which, I mean, if you're going to cost to hour ratio, not too bad. So Heroes in Redemption, that's probably going to do it. We might jump back in depending on if the dev is like fixing some stuff, which, like I mentioned before, might possibly be that they're kind of sneaky watching. Because I don't think anyone else is playing this game on YouTube. I checked. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for Heroes in Redemption, probably at least for a little bit. If you did enjoy the video today, if you enjoyed the series, would you kindly smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more roguelite action to see whatever the next series is going to be on this channel. But guys, I have been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.